Hey guys, it's Charles and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, hi, my name is Charles and yes, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the new show It's a Sin, which was recently released on HBO Max, created by Russell T Davies. For those of you who don't know who Russell T Davies is, he is the creator of Queer as Folk, the British version, so he's like the original creator of that show. And he's also the creator of that show Torchwood, which is a spin-off of Doctor Who. And speaking about Doctor Who, he's also written on Doctor Who too, so there's that connection there. And also he's the one who wrote A Very British Scandal, that miniseries starring Hugh Grant and Ben Whishaw. And he also wrote for that show Years and Years from 2019 starring Emma Thompson. But yeah, It's a Sin is his latest project. For those of you who don't know, It's a Sin is about 5 friends as they all live together and, just live their lives as, the AIDS epidemic is starting to rise in the UK. Now, when it comes to things like movies or TV shows like, depicting the AIDS epidemic, they usually center it in America, but I found it very interesting that this show is set in the UK because I personally rarely have seen any or even heard about how other places in the world handle the AIDS crisis. I've seen a lot of movies that depict the AIDS epidemic, but most of them have taken place in America. I've seen The Normal Heart, which is a pretty famous one from Larry Kramer, and there's also And the Band Played On, this old movie from HBO. And also recently I saw the movie BPM, which shows how the French dealt with the AIDS crisis there. But this is the first time I've actually seen something about the UK and how they dealt with the AIDS crisis. The fact that I had never seen how the UK and the people there handled the AIDS crisis made this feel very refreshing compared to all the other things I've seen about the AIDS crisis. Going into this, I was like, okay, this show is about the AIDS epidemic in the UK, so don't expect anything too fun. This is probably going to be very sad and very depressing. But you know what? This show really wasn't all of that. I mean, it kind of was, toward the end especially, but it really was more full of life than I expected it to be. The thing is, this show and the movie BPM both spotlight something that a lot of movies and TV shows about the AIDS epidemic don't spotlight. They both really spotlight that when we think about the 80s, and especially for gay people, that this time is just covered with death and sadness and all of that. But you know what? They really show that yes, all of that is what people think about this era for, but also that it was a lot of fun and that before it went bad, it was a lot of fun. And that is something that people, especially gay people back then, were very needing. Seriously, before the whole AIDS epidemic happened, it was just a lot of fun. And when I think about, the 80s, the AIDS epidemic is like the thing that kind of mars over like everything for the gay community. But I'm like, it was a lot of fun. All the things they were experiencing back then, before AIDS happened, I was like, it was a lot of fun. So I can see why a lot of people back then, when this virus was starting to be like known, they were very much in denial and being like, this is just straight people trying to ruin our fun. And I was like, watching this and watching all those other things I've seen, I'm just like, it kind of does feel like that until y'all really see the damage that has actually been done. So the 5 main characters of this show are Richie, Roscoe, Colin, Jill, and Ash. And watching this, I was like, okay, we have very different individuals, 4 gay men and 1 straight woman. And I'm just like, yes, work, Jill, work. When it comes to Richie and Roscoe, they both come from backgrounds where they really had to hide who they were. So when they finally were out on their own, they really went to town. They were just like, unfiltered gay sex. We're just gonna have it all. We don't care. And I was watching the show being like, y'all are gonna catch it, aren't you? At least one of y'all, because y'all can't be having this much unprotected gay sex and not catch it during this time. Then there was Quiet Colin, who, oh my god, he was just so shy, so pure, so innocent. And I was like, maybe I just want to protect you. You're so adorable, and I just want, I don't want people to hurt you. I was just like, he's just, Jill. She that girl. She is that girl. I was like, she is here for her friends. And she isn't going when things get tough. She is in for the long haul. And I'm just like, yes, she really cared about her friends. And I was just like, yes, 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 yes. The 5th friend, Ash, I was like, ooh, baby. I feel like out of all 5 friends, you kind of get the shortest grift. But you know what? It's hard when you have 5 characters and you're trying to like build all of them up. But yeah, out of all 5 friends, I was like, he, in my opinion, was the least developed. But still, I was like, he was good. I just thought the show did a really good job showing the lives of all 5 of these friends and how they all live together and how they just lived their lives and, how they tackled the AIDS epidemic as it started to slowly become, known to them. And I was just like, man, it must be nice to have that many friends like that, especially people, who are like you. I'm just like, wow, can't relate. Seriously, Roscoe and Richie, those two were like, we're gonna have sex all the time. Then you had on the very end of the spectrum, you had Colin, who was like, I'm good, basically. And then you had Ash in the middle, who was like, yes, but at the same time, I'm gonna watch it because I'm not that, like, sex driven. And I was like, work, work, work. We have very full representation on this scale. When it comes to ranking all 5 of the main characters, for me, I'm just like, Colin is at the very top, followed by Jill, followed by Roscoe, followed by Richie, and then Ash. I'm just like, a lot of people like Ollie Alexander's Richie, but you know what? I just felt like I was kind of like, I don't really like you that much. And he honestly voted for Margaret Thatcher, and I was like, whoa, when that was revealed, I was like, baby, I can't. I honestly don't want to go too much into the show because I don't want to spoil anything. I think you should just go into the show just knowing that it is about 5 friends living together and, working things out as, they're living through the AIDS epidemic. And I'm just like, that should be enough for you to be like, okay, I'll check the show out because honestly, it's a very vibrant show. It's very fun. And, even though it's very sad and depressing kind of toward the end, it felt very satisfying and I got what I wanted to get from it. Honestly, the emotions I was feeling, especially after episode 3, baby, the tears would not stop streaming. I was very depressed and sad for like a full day after episode 3. I was like, I can't. But yeah, if you have HBO Max, you should go check out this show because, it's only 5 episodes long and they're only about an hour long each, so it's not that long of a commitment. Honestly, if you're not crying by the end of episode 3, I don't know where your emotions are. I don't, because I couldn't stop crying for a while. I was just like, I'm too sad and depressed. This is so hard. But yeah, I just feel like we could use some more education when it comes to the AIDS crisis because I don't feel like people have been educated enough to, know that the governments of like the United States and the UK and other countries of the world, like really were like, do we have to put some effort into knowing what this like virus is and why it's killing gay people? Because honestly, they were just like, we don't care. A lot of doctors were like, yeah, we don't care either. And a lot of people were like, yeah, we don't care. And I'm just like, a lot of y'all should be held accountable for why so many people died during like the 80s and 90s. It's just so depressing to think about. But at the same time, you need to think about it because you got to look to the past in order to move forward, Seriously, I'm just like, so glad to be living in this time when there's medication for all of this and we know better. That's the thing. We know better now. That's why I'm like, we benefit from knowing. And I'm like, knowledge is such power. But yeah, at the end of the day, this is a great show, as I've already said. And I think it should be watched by everyone. If you already have HBO Max, why not watch it? Because it's there and it's really good. So yeah, why not watch it? Lastly, I gotta say that this show does an excellent job portraying what a chosen family is. I know we all have our blood-related family, but a chosen family is just more sacred because, you get to choose who your family is. And the show did a great job showing that these people were there for each other and that they were family. Anyways, those were just some of my thoughts on, It's a Sin. And yeah, I hope you watch it because it's a great show and it deserves to be watched, If you've watched the show, tell me down below in the comments what you thought about it. I was having fun. Episode 1, I was like, this is fun. This is cute. The shadow of AIDS in the background. But I was like, we're having fun. 2, I was like, okay. It started to creep like into their lives. 3, I was like, we are presently starting to really get into all of it. Episode 4, I was like, girl, this is not good. I was like, the end of episode 4, ooh, that hurt. The end of episode 5, when it's just like, we've been through a whole decade of this, my God, the emotions from the show. I could talk about each episode individually, but I don't want to do it here. Well, this was my first TV review, and I gotta say, I feel like this was messy, but you know what? I was like, how am I gonna cover all of this? Because there's so much to cover about this show, but I think I kept it, like, short enough. I think I did. Yeah? Before I go, I'm just gonna say, you should subscribe to my channel because, I talk about movies and Blu-rays, and I am trying to talk more about TV shows when I finish a season or, like, a whole show, so I will be continuing with that as I learn how to like format it more. And I do music reactions and I talk about whatever else I want to talk about on my channel because you know what? It's my channel. So, if any of that sounds interesting to you, then subscribe because why not? Why not? And hey, if you like my personality, then that's a bonus. Maybe. Hmm? Okay, you guys, thank you for coming to my channel and watching this whole TV review. And yes, I will see you in the next video. If you're around for that. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna go now, so yes. Okay, yeah. Bye.